Alisha, and I am the functional nutrition counselor here at World of Wellness. And I am happy to be here at World of Wellness and celebrating Wellness Week 106. We have a packed house here. People are here ready to be empowered, ready to be educated. We got a lot of good samples here. We've got education. We've got food. You really need to get down here. So basically, my role here at the Wellness Center is to educate. I love educating. I love empowering people to really make better choices that are ultimately going to affect their health. So what I do is I take a holistic approach, looking at things like your diet, your lifestyle, your habits, and basically things that are impacting your health. And today I'm going to talk about weight loss, but you can't talk about weight loss without toxins. So a little bit about me. As I said, I'm a certified functional nutrition counselor. I'm a member of the Institute for Functional Medicine. I have my MBA from Seton Hill University. I have over 20 years in conventional medicine. Because I do love to help people, I've always been passionate about helping, about making those feel better. But kind of my route shifted a little bit, and it shifted when I became a mother. I'm also a former pharmaceutical rep, so it was that pill for an ill mentality that I thought was getting you better. But in fact, it's not. It was causing a lot of downstream effects. So I'm just passionate to be in this space right now because there's not only one way to heal. So guys, we're going to talk about toxins today, okay? So, what are toxins? Toxins, we're bombarded, guys. We are bombarded every day by thousands and thousands of toxins, okay? From the food that we eat, to the air that we breathe, to what we put on our skin. The body does a real good job of trying to eliminate those toxins. But what happens is when we are overburdened by those toxins, our body tends to hold on to them. And oftentimes our body holds on to them in our fat cells, okay? And then those toxins, they'll build up in the liver. They're going to affect your digestive system. They're going to lead to hormonal imbalance, inflammation, toxicity, and then the cycle just kind of just continues, okay? It's like kind of on a hamster wheel here. So, what are toxins? Did you know that we are exposed? Actually, we got a couple people here in the audience, so I'm going to ask you guys. How many toxins do you think we're exposed to on a day-to-day basis? Any answers out there? All right, guys, this number is going to be a little alarming. 700,000 toxins, guys. And that's a day, okay? A day. We are exposed to 700,000 toxins a day. Go down the cleaning aisle in Target, all right? Just go down the aisle. So it's things that we're cleaning with. It's things that we're putting on our body. And, that really causes so much stress to our body. And in fact, guys, even in utero, it's about 200 chemicals that a baby's exposed to in utero before they even come out, okay? So kind of what happens is these toxins, they're harmful to our health, and they enter the body through various ways, guys. So through inhalation, like I said, just go down the aisle at Target, go through Macy's perfume aisle, and you can smell them, okay? But what they're doing is causing a havoc in your body. So those toxins enter our body through inhalation. They enter our gastrointestinal tract through ingestion, okay? So things that we're eating, okay? They go through aerosol droplets that are entering through our eyes. I had a client who was having some respiratory problems. She was having some watering of the eyes. She couldn't quite pinpoint what it was. And when we were backing it up, she had her hair dyed a couple weeks before, okay? And that, so it was really affecting her eyes. So, those are ways that the toxins will enter our bodies. Needles and injections. We don't get to, or we don't need to get into the specific types of injections, but, those are toxins that are entering our body, and our body doesn't know what to do with them. And so if our drainage system gets blocked, guys, by the toxic residue, it's just going to accumulate in our body, okay, and have these downstream effects. The body's going to pack away these toxins, usually in our fat cells, okay, and it's going to wreak havoc on the body. So for a lot of my clients they've done everything and they still can't lose weight, that's what we're looking at, okay? So oftentimes it's that toxicity, that buildup, and this is your whole life, so it's a process and it does take time. Okay, guys, so we're going to talk about some of the most common toxins that are affecting our health. So we look at pesticides, herbicides, glyphosate. Those are all chemicals that are sprayed on our food systems, guys. And they're very harmful to the body because, like I said, the body doesn't know what they are. And we're at a disadvantage because the food system in the United States is really toxic. So these chemicals are sprayed on our food, foreign substance to the body. Body doesn't know what to do with them. Another common toxin, guys, that is going to affect our health are phthalates. Okay, what are those? Think of raincoats, rubber boots. Okay, these are actually called forever chemicals. They get into the body and we don't even know what happens. Okay, so they're very harmful to the body. Leads to things like heart disease, obesity, diabetes, heart problems. Another common toxin that's going to affect our health, guys, are parabens. You've probably heard of those. A lot of products now are coming out paraben-free. Parabens, it's a preservative to help the product stay shelf life. But again, it's wreaking havoc on our body. Our skin, largest organ. So we're putting these toxins on our body, and it's getting absorbed and causing problems. For a lot of my female clients, and even men, they're endocrine disruptors. So they're going to have an effect on your hormones. So, just be mindful of what you're using. BPA. You probably have seen cans at the grocery store that are saying like BPA free, okay, which is a great step. But you can also find those in not only cans, but also receipts. Okay, so I'm a real big proponent of getting your receipts emailed to you because there's like a film that are on all receipts that, again, affecting your body. And it's just these little changes, okay, over time are going to make a big difference. Another chemical, polybrofinated depthful ethers, or BPD for short, okay? That is in a lot of our mattresses, our furniture, our carpet. One good tip that I use, I open my windows, okay, at all times of the year, just to help to get that toxicity out of my house. Formaldehyde, this is another one that you may or may not be familiar with. Guys, everything from nail polish, it's again, another toxicity that's wreaking havoc on our bodies. Some of the products now are coming out with formaldehyde free, but just to be mindful and be aware, they're causing problems within the body. Teflon, many of you may or may not have those non-stick pans, pots and pans. Get rid of them. Okay, you don't need that, guys. Use cooking oil, use olive oil. That non-stick material is leaching off into our food, going into our bodies. So that's just another chemical that, we don't need in our household. Let's see here. Heavy metals. Anything, arsenic, lead, mercury, copper. Some of my clients' work history has involved dealing with chemicals, former chemical plants. And again, that's going to increase their burden, their toxic load. So we want to decrease that for them. Mold. A lot of homes, even some newer homes, a lot of homes have mold, okay? Real important to find that out and work around ways to help alleviate that. Oftentimes, like in windowsills or in showers, that mold, that moisture is going to build up. So you just want to do your job to kind of clean that and get that out because you're inhaling that, okay? And that toxicity's wreaking havoc on the body. And I've seen a lot of downstream effects from mold exposure and what it does to the body, everything from brain fog. Phosphates. These are other toxins that are going to be harmful for the body. Think of them like flame retardants, okay? So again, these are the most common ones, okay, that are really going to be impactful for our health. All right, guys, so our body, oh gosh, it's so smart, and it's set up with a lot of systems that are going to work for us. And so throughout the body, we've got hundreds of nodes, and those nodes are called lymph nodes, okay? And they're located in places like your neck and in your groin, your spleen, under your arms. And so these nodes are a natural system that's going to remove toxins from our body, okay? And they also prevent infection. So again, drainage is your body's way of removing these toxins, guys, pathogens, and it does this through a series of pathways. It's a unique system that our body has, and it allows our body to detoxify naturally. However, each of these pathways, they're connected, and they rely on each other to properly drain and detox. If any of the pathways aren't functioning optimally, toxins are not going to be able to exit the body, and then they're going to recirculate in your body. They're reabsorbed in the body, and it's going to lead to stagnation. And over time, this stagnation leads to complete dysfunction, including inability to lose weight. So your body, it does a real good job of trying to remain balanced and homeostasis, okay? Good health. But it's only as good as your body's ability to detox, okay? So we've got some organs involved in our drainage pathways. Our cells and mitochondria, okay? We have a real good modality here. It's called cloud therapy, and it's electromagnetic field therapy. And what that does is really open up those cells, giving oxygen to the body, so your body's going to function better. Mitochondria, that's our energy source. So when they're tired, they're sluggish because of our lifestyle, because of stress, your body's not going to function properly, okay? Your kidneys, your body's filtration system. So we want to make sure that we're hydrating. We want to make sure that we are having electrolytes. Another organ involved, it's going to be our lungs. Okay, that's why I really am a proponent of breath work. It's so very important. It's easy. It's free. You can do that sitting here now. Do that on the way home. Taking a big, deep breath in. And then out, okay? And that simple action of breath work is helping your body. Our skin and lymphatic system, another important pathway of our bodies. Our liver. Liver's the third brain, I like to call it, all right? It's got over 500 functions, guys. So, one of the jobs of the liver is detoxify. And, if it's overburdened, it has difficulty doing its other jobs. So it's real important to support that liver, and we'll talk about that here shortly. Your colon. Healthy bowel movements are so important. I can't tell you how many times I ask a client, are you going to the bathroom? And, oh, yeah, I'm regular. I'm going a couple times a week. Regulars every day, okay? We have to get those toxicities out of our body, okay? And we can do that through supplementations like mag citrate, or even just making sure you have enough fiber. That's where looking at your lifestyle, looking at your habits, looking at your food intake there's a real important piece of what I do. Okay, so something else too, I think Dr. Lynn maybe touched on this. Drainage of emotions and trauma. Would you believe that if you're holding on to something in your past, that could cause downstream effects in your body, okay? So you really want to release that, whether that's seeking therapy, talking about it, but it's just real important. Again, Physical drainage, emotional drainage is important. Why? Because stress is going to affect and suppress your immune system. We need to retrain our brain to form newer, healthier habits, working on that stress response. It's going to assist in reduction of inflammation, which we don't want. It's going to release stress hormones, relaxing that vagus nerve, okay? And it's going to help regulate your nervous system. So, some signs that you may have congested drainage pathways, okay, which ultimately are going to affect your inability to lose weight. Inability to sweat. You know, those clients of mine that I have that are telling me, I can't sweat, I don't sweat much. That's a problem, okay? Sweating is your body's natural detoxifier. So if you have an inability to do that, we need to work on that. Digestive issues. Oftentimes, if you're not having a regular bowel movement, that's a sign of congested drainage pathways. Inability to clear infections. Are you someone that just constantly is sick? Are you someone that has difficulty recovering from surgeries? It could be your inability to clear infections because your pathways are congested. Mood issues. That could be a sign also that there's just dysfunction going on in the brain, in the body, because your pathways are congested. Chronic inflammation. It's another sign that your pathways are congested. Any of these symptoms, anyone, these ringing a bell for anybody? Got some head nods in the crowd. Skin issues. This is a big one. You know, oftentimes, whether it's eczema, psoriasis. I saw a client the other day that just had this horrific rash, inflammation, even like pustulas on the hand. Okay, so skin issues. Your gut and brain are connected. So oftentimes, if it's clogged in your gut, it's going to come out in your skin. So skin issues are a real big sign that something's not working as it should. Joint pain, okay, that's another sign of congested drainage pathways. Lymphedema, any swelling, that's a circulation, like something is not flowing, something's stuck. I like to think of the drainage pathways as like slime. And then kind of if it's getting stuck and not moving, if it has that inability, that yes, the pathways are definitely clogged. Anxiety, okay? Oftentimes that could be a sign that just things aren't working as they should. And that's where we would look back to the gut. Depression. Constipation, again, you want to have regular bowel movements. Tired, fatigue, or if you're always tired, you have low energy, that's where the mitochondria is coming into play. That's where, your cells, just things are not functioning properly. So we want to work on all of those areas. Brain fog. And weight gain, okay? So that's a lot. Those are a lot of symptoms. And I know that many of you suffer from these symptoms. And I know many of you have just accepted them like, I'm getting older. I'm tired. I'm a mom. I work a lot, okay? But I think ultimately we really want to live and function and have the best life possible. And having any of these symptoms, is not optimal. So, some ways to support these systems. We're going to boost your mitochondrial health, okay? You can certainly do that through supplementation. You can do that through movement. You can do that through the cloud therapy. You want to get sun exposure, okay? It's so important for your mood, for your body, to go outside and get some sunlight. We're going to be approaching daylight savings time here soon, and just as the weather is breaking, it's just important on so many levels to get out and move your body. Sauna. We want to sweat, okay? Real important to help support your body by sweating, okay? What's happening? Okay, thank you. Sorry about that. Breath work and meditation. Again, these are ancient remedies that have been around for a very, very long time. And it's really a good way to calm us down at that parasympathetic level and support our bodies. That sounds better, Phil. Thank you so much. Fiber-rich foods. You can incorporate a lot of these and help your body in a lot of ways by what your diet, by what you're putting in your mouth. So we want to have foods that are fiber-rich. That's going to support your digestion, okay? That's going to support your bowel movements. Supplementation, of course. We live in a world where our food systems are just not as they should be, okay? With modern agriculture and farming, just the quality of the food is just not as it should be. So you definitely want to supplement. Minerals, okay? Minerals are so very important for your body. Rest. This is a hard one for a lot of people, okay? Rest is not an act of, laziness per se. We need to rest, okay? We need to slow our bodies down. Several other countries, they set up time throughout their day, in their work day, to go home and have a siesta, okay? It's important to rest and slow down. And, our society, it's really more prideful the busier you are, okay? It's like a badge of honor to be busy. But in all reality, it's really important to just slow down and rest. Okay, so some ways to minimize our toxic burden. Eat a clean, organic, plant foods diet, okay? We got to stop eating the processed foods, okay? Fast food, quick, easy. That's not ideal, okay? So really you want to go back to the basics, okay? Stop eating the Frankenfood and, go back to eating real food. Quality does matter for sure. Take your supplements, guys. We've got a great selection here that to really help your body with the detoxification, because you can't do it on food alone because of the quality. So things like our greens, I absolutely love. I usually throw those in my shake. I love our Live Complete. We have like N-acetylcysteine or NAC. So just a few supplements that we have to help with your toxic burden. If you're interested in meeting with me, that's where I would do a thorough assessment to kind of see what your diet's like and see what we need to add. Filter your water. That is a huge one. If you are drinking tap water, please stop. Okay, there are so many chemicals and toxicities in that tap water. Please stop. So I want you to filter your water and hydrate, okay? Real important, because again, that act of hydration is cleansing for the body. We talked about this a little earlier. Get those receipts emailed, guys. That act of, how much are you shopping? You're getting those receipts, you're touching, and that's what we're talking about. It's that bioaccumulation over time that is going to wreak havoc, on your body. So, it's these small steps. Okay, you don't have to make all the changes at once, but if we're doing one thing, it's going to make a difference. Avoid plastics. I don't know who out there is still storing their food in plastic containers. Please stop. Okay, that plastic is leaching into your food, and it's just forming toxicities within the body. So please stop. We're not heating plastic in the microwave. We're not washing plastic in the dishwasher. We're not using plastic. So that's an easy step that's modifiable to avoid the toxic burden. So they've got a lot of glass storage now, so you really want to start using glass. Natural cleaning products, guys. I spoke on it a little earlier. There's so many products and there's so many chemicals, and think of it like every new product that's out there, it's a new chemical, okay? And our body doesn't know what to do with it. So I feel like nothing wrong with the good old water and vinegar and some essential oils. There are a lot of companies now that have really good, clean, natural, safer, less toxic cleaning products. So, do yourself a favor and kind of investigate a little bit. And I tell people you don't need to go home and throw everything away, okay? But just as you're out of something, let me see if I can replace it with something a little healthier. Our cosmetics, personal care products, full of toxins, okay? I mean, especially with the women, whether it's the makeup and our hairspray and just there are a lot of chemicals that we're putting on our body. If you're using Bath and Body Works, Yankee candles, it's time to get rid of those. It's time to break up with those because we don't need to smell like a flower. It's just real important to kind of just get rid of those cosmetics that are full of toxicities. Oh, this is a big one in our house. Take your shoes off in the house, okay? Do you know what you're carrying on the bottom of your shoes, okay? If you had any idea, you would not be taking that into your house, okay? So poisons and feces and I could go on, okay? Real important, start taking your shoes off when you go into the house, okay? If you've got carpet, that's just hoarding it into the carpet. And I want to be able to lay down on my floor or have a baby comfortably crawl on the floor, and you're just getting all those toxins that you don't need. Another one, I said this earlier, open your windows, okay? That's a perfect time or a perfect way to get some of those toxins out of your house, okay? When the temperatures were cooler, we had our furnaces on, and our houses just become stagnant. Our furnaces probably could use a cleaning. So you're just kind of pushing all these chemicals in your house. So a good, easy way to help that is going to just be open up your windows. So we're going to get into it. So how are the toxins going to affect your weight? Toxins are going to affect your hormones, okay? And we've got hormones that are involved in metabolism. And some of those are going to be insulin, leptin, hunger hormones, cortisol. So those toxins are going to be foreign substances that are going to affect your body. So toxins are inflammatory, so they're going to increase those inflammatory mediators, which then again are going to affect your hormones. And one specifically is leptin, and that leptin inhibits your appetite. Toxins are going to affect your mitochondrial. That's our energy source, okay? I don't know about you, but I don't have any time to be sluggish, okay? I need to have my energy to do the things I need to do. So I'm going to be mindful of my toxins because they're going to affect my energy levels. So those toxins affect your mitochondria because they damage enzymes in your body, which in turn inhibits your inability or ability to lose weight and burn fat. Toxins increase the workload of your liver. And again, like I said, the liver is such an important organ. It's got about 500 jobs, regulation of your fat storage, maintains hormone balance, metabolizes alcohol, destroys poisons. It's got a lot to do, okay? So we need to help it. Toxins are going to alter your circadian rhythm, okay? They're going to affect your sleep, okay, it's so very important. Sleep is when your body is resting. Sleep is when your body is repairing itself. So again, we don't need these toxins getting in the way of such an important function as sleeping. Okay, guys, so one of my clients had said to me, well, excuse me, we have a natural detox system. I've got a liver. Why isn't that enough? I don't know. All right, so why natural detox isn't enough? We have an overload of toxins, okay? So our constant exposure to pollutants, heavy metals, pesticides, they overload our detox pathways, okay? So that's why natural detox is not enough. Why natural detox isn't enough? Nutritional deficiencies. I know this was spoke about a little bit earlier, but our lack of essential nutrients, it's going to impair the body, and it's going to impair the body's ability to detox effectively. Our lifestyle, so much stress, so much work, so much on the go. It's just really going to impair those detox or hinder that detox process. Certain health conditions, okay? Certain health conditions that you may have are going to inhibit the body's efficacy, of those detox organs. And then certain genes you have, like certain genetic mutations, specifically if you have like MTHFR mutation gene, which that is going to mean that your body has trouble detoxifying. So if you're combining that with toxic load, you're kind of at a disadvantage. So you need to work on that. Okay, guys. So I feel like, some of the guidelines that I shared, you're going to lose weight, okay? You're going to have more energy, clearer skin. Your hormones are going to function better. You're going to sleep better. Eat an anti-inflammatory diet, okay? You really need to get back to the basics and eat real food. I am a proponent of protein, fat, and fiber with every single meal. That's going to help me remain full, and then it's also going to help balance your blood sugar, which is critical, okay? So you definitely need to eat some food. Quality, of course. Incorporate daily movement is so important. It's good for your body. It's good for your mind. Good for your detoxification pathway. So you want to get out and move every day. And, as the weather is breaking, go out and get on multiple daily walks. You don't need to work out for hours in the gym. Just getting out daily and moving is critical, okay? Positive affirmations. I tell people they need to change their stinking thinking because, it's like, oh, I can't lose weight. We're just constantly, we're so mean to ourselves. We're constantly thinking negative, okay? And, our cells listen to what we say. So it's really important to just change the way you think. Get that positive mindset on, and I am going to lose weight. I am going to feel better. I am working towards healing my body. Okay, all those things have a more profound and positive effect because I've seen it myself and also with my clients. Stress. Okay, stress management is so key, so important. We have it, we all have it. Okay, but you need to find ways to manage that, and rather that is exercising, rather that's breath work, rather that is journaling, okay? We just need to find a healthy outlet to get rid of those stressors that are wreaking havoc on your body. Focus on elimination, okay? It's important to focus on going to the bathroom and, rather we need to look at your diet to see if you're getting enough fiber, rather there's certain pharmaceuticals that could be impacting your ability to eliminate. But that's one of my foundations. My clients, I always say, like, they want to be here, by losing weight. And I'm like, we need to kind of clear those muddy waters first and, focus on sleep, focus on elimination, focus on the foundations first. And then ultimately we can get you here. But if you're not going to the bathroom, if you're not sleeping, if you're full of stress, there's no reason that's why you're holding on to weight, okay? So we got to take care of those factors first. There could be hidden infections going on in your body. So those are things that, need to be identified that could be prohibiting you from losing weight. Some additional foundational tips for weight loss. I will say inflammatory oils, guys. So if you're still cooking with canola oil, vegetable oil, those seed oils are very inflammatory. So you need to switch to like olive oil or avocado oil. I like avocado oil specifically if I'm using high heat foods. So, get rid of some of these oils that are causing inflammation. Vegetable oils is another one. Decrease or eliminate fast food. Okay. There's, no one needs to be eating at Burger King across the street. All right. Or McDonald's, giving grace. But, the majority of your diet does need to be clean, quality, organic, grass-fed food, okay? A lot of that frankenfood that I talked about is inflammatory. Foods, in boxes. A lot of the food, in the grocery store didn't even exist. So it's, just kind of being mindful, getting back to the basics. All right. So, some additional tips for weight loss. Stay hydrated. I can't tell you the people that I interact with daily that are dehydrated, okay? You're going to have a headache. You're going to potentially have muscle aches. And sometimes, too, we mistake dehydration for hunger, okay? So, an easy tip is going to be just to make sure you stay hydrated, okay? I love warm water with a little bit of Himalayan sea salt. Specifically in the morning because I have slept all night, hopefully. And, when you wake up, your body's dehydrated. So that is a great way to add some electrolytes and minerals. So warm water, Himalayan sea salt. Eat slowly, mindfully. Digestion is one of the hardest processes your body goes through. And, again, we're so busy. We're eating in the car. We're walking and eating. That takes a lot of stress and time on your body. So, it takes a lot of energy to break down the food. So you want to just slow down and chew your food and break it down so your body is able to absorb it better, okay? Eat 3 meals a day. Now, this is going to, differ from client to client, and that's why we do a thorough assessment. I do understand some people do fast. However, your hormones, your hunger hormones, you should be hungry when you wake up, okay? So getting back to eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Sometimes if we're fasting too long or if we're not eating, then we have a tendency to purge and binge eat, rather. We're binging and eating everything because we're starving, okay? So if you could really focus on protein, fat, and fiber with all of those 3 meals, that's going to help you remain full and balance your blood sugar. Eating foods that are probiotic rich, okay? It's going to be good for that gut health. Eliminate sugar. Sugar is not your friend. It can be so good, but it's so addicting, okay? Very inflammatory and just causing downstream effects in your body. So you really want to eliminate that sugar. And just making detox a part of your lifestyle, okay? So again, things like what you're eating, your salads, your cruciferous vegetables, your broccoli, your cauliflower, your beets, your artichokes. Like those are ways you can help your body detox. You incorporate your good diet that's nutrient rich with some movement, and that's certainly going to help your body in the long run. All right, so some of my favorite supplements to support weight loss are going to be a thermogenesis. Thermogenesis is one of our new supplements that we have. So I feel like if you use the thermogenesis in conjunction with lifestyle change, it's going to be a great way to support your body. You're going to burn fat, and you're going to enhance your metabolism. Another one of my favorite supplements is Nutriglutide. This one is great. It is it's a good alternative to some of the other products that are out on the market, okay? So thermogenesis is going to be a real good one to help with blood sugar management, okay? Insulin resistance, cortisol regulation, okay? Insulin resistance is such a contributor to a lot of disease. So if we can help balance that blood sugar, it's going to go a long way. I like Control. Control is fantastic because that really works on, I don't know if there's anyone that has any specific cravings, any sugar or carb cravings. If you do, Control's a great one, okay? Because when you have those cravings, usually it's a sign of insulin resistance. So the Control specifically works on those neurotransmitters in your brain. I also like Artonin Lean. That's a great one to increase lean muscle mass. And then our shakes are fantastic. They're great quality. They're very nutrient rich, full of all your macronutrients, your micronutrients, great source of protein. So I do love having those shakes. All right, so we are going to talk about client case number 1. One of my clients, she was toxic. She was overweight. She was 66 years old. She couldn't lose weight. She was a health nut, okay? And she ate well, and we just couldn't figure out what was going on. So after doing a thorough assessment of her, I looked at her diet. I looked at environmental toxins, and we got to talking, and she was a former cleaner. So she had so much toxic overburden in her body from a lot of the cleaning supplies that she used. So we worked really hard at kind of getting those toxins out of her body, and we added some nutraceuticals. We supported her detox pathways in various ways. We incorporated sauna. We incorporated a little bit of dry brushing. And let's see here. Oh, pardon me. Yeah, so we supported her detox pathways. She was sauna. We did dry brushing. We made sure she had a nutrient-rich diet, and she was able to lose 20 pounds. And then a second case I'd like to share was a 40-year-old mom, and she was busy. She was a runner, and she wanted to get healthy, lose weight, and she also wanted to have regular bowel movements because she was struggling. She was forever constipated, and as I talked about earlier, if you're not eliminating, your body's not removing yourself of toxins. So what I did with her was I removed some of the triggers that were in her diet, some of those inflammatory foods. She was real high stress. So those were all triggers for her. Sometimes that stress would lead her to overeat. So we worked on her stress management. We replaced some things with some nutraceuticals that she needed. Like we added, I believe, like Probzyme to help her digest her food. We added GI Complete to help repair her gut. She was dealing with some leaky gut issues. We added more fiber to her diet so she would have regular bowel movements. So we repaired her gut. And we replaced her lifestyle factors that were contributing and disrupting her efforts. So I think we have a little clip potentially from her. Excuse me. I started with Alisha in October. We're working on getting a clip here. I started with Alisha in October. I was seeking help because I had stomach issues. She wasn't get to the core of everything, the whole root. So we looked at my eating habits, my whole body, my outside stressors. We incorporated dietary supplements to help, like GI Complete to help my gut, Proline Green to get my nutrients. Within the last 5 months, I lost 20 pounds. I sleep better. I feel more energized. It's given me the fuel to help with training for a marathon in May. I said, I know with her guidance, I'm on the right path to a healthier life. So I was, over the moon. I love getting feedback like that, whether it's testimonies, whether it's text messages from my clients, just being grateful and thankful for just showing them another path. I will empower you. I will educate you. The work has to come from you. But, once you make those changes, you are going to see success. So, in closing, I will say, if you're toxic, you can gain weight without eating any more calories or doing any less exercise. So I hope this presentation really helped you gain a great understanding of the importance of toxins. It's something that we really don't talk about. People don't talk about toxins. People don't talk about how they're affecting your body. And I feel it's real important to share because that certainly could be an impeding factor that's causing you to not lose weight. We are here today until 5. I will be here tomorrow until 4. I'd love for you guys to come in. Come get some food. Come get some education. Come get some supplements. Hop on my schedule. We're doing complimentary Zyto scans this week, and really just you owe it to yourself. I feel like you're so much more successful. We are more successful when we have someone to do it with us. Because sometimes we all know what to do, but we're not doing it. I do have a question. Mm-hmm. Depends on the client. Depends on the client and depends on your goal. So absolutely, you can use it as a meal replacement. Okay, I think a great source is in the morning. Okay, to use that with the greens for detoxifying. But yes, you can absolutely use that as a meal replacement. Nope, you can I'm not a calorie counter, okay? I'm focusing on nutrients. I'm focusing on protein. So you absolutely can. You can certainly use that, as a snack. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep, you can certainly use that. Yep, well, you see where it fits in your lifestyle and fits in your diet. Because I'm a big proponent of protein, and we're not getting enough. Okay, it's like 30, 35 grams of protein per meal. Okay, so we really need to amp up our protein, and that's a great way to do it. You're welcome. Does anyone have any questions? Awesome. Prebiotic foods. Prebiotic foods are. Oh, sorry. I gotta. Sure, you're welcome. Prebiotic foods. You can get things. You can do artichokes. Okay. You can do. You could do legumes. You could do. You could do pickles. You could do miso. You could do. Oh, what's something else that I love? Yep, you could do sauerkraut. So those are all good ways to get some prebiotics in your diet. I love miso. I usually will pick up a container of miso, like Trader Joe's. If there's a local one around, they have a great miso that I like to implement. Sure. Omega 3Ds, they're going to be good for your mood. They're going to be good for your brain. SPM is going to be more geared towards inflammation. So that would be the difference between those two. What else? Any other questions? Okay. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we hope to see you. We hope to see you this week. Take care.